Hello, good morning. Tribal Habits here, and off we go to the off the top commenting section of the vlog, training log, whatever you want to call it. So now I'm warming up. This Monday was a very cold day, so I'm uh, warming up thoroughly, and I start with a lot of ankle mobility drills just to work on my active ranges and keep my ankles strong and healthy. This really helps when I'm running barefoot, downhill, uphill, whatever it is. It's uneven footing, and I feel good. Makes my ankles feel good. So I take the time to do it before every lower body focused session. The way I structure my training is 2 full body days and 2 upper body days because I have more. My goals are skewed towards the upper body with the ring skills and whatnot, but I also care about general athleticism, so that's why I still include lower body sessions. They're just useful for overall health. Anyways, now I'm doing the shoulder dislocations and inlocations. I do some um, unilateral versions of that, and after that I do a bit of neck because sometimes my neck gets a bit stiff. And what's next? Gotta wait a second. Okay, now we go for rope jumping because, as I said, it's really cold today, so I should do some rope jumping just to get the blood flowing, get myself feeling a bit warmer. It's not really any type of intense cardio. I leave that to my Sunday sessions, but it's just enough to get myself somewhat warm before I start squatting. I don't even know how many jumps I did. I just did it until I started to feel like maybe I wanted to take off my sweater. Then I stopped, go put on the plates for the squat, and today I'm building up to set of 5 with 90 kilos. So the first set I do set of 5, I think, with 50 kilos. Most of the reps are paused at the bottom. I'm just really taking my time, as I said, warming myself up. I have a slight heel elevation going on, so I think it's about centimeter, 2 centimeters, just enough that it allows me to go as deep as I want to go. I could squat deeper if I sacrificed my bracing, but I like to practice bracing as a skill, and that's also why I don't use belts or anything of the sort. As I said, this portion of my training split is really just because I value general athleticism and health, so I'm interested in being able to perform without any assistance, quote unquote, although I am using hill elevation, so there's limits to this logic, I guess, because I am gonna use the hill elevation if I want to, but then again you can make the argument that if I was in a real life situation where I needed to squat for some reason or another, I would have shoes on, which would give me some heel elevation, about as minimum as what's here, which is 1 to 2 centimeters. So here we move on to my first set with actual weights. It's just 70 kilos, still going up. Here I can't remember if I did 3 or 5 reps. Here's the second one. I would consider these paused reps, but there's not a lot of emphasis on the pauses. I'm just not trying to utilize momentum to dive deep and then bounce up. Yeah. Uh, 2 more reps to go, I think. I think it's the last one. Let's see. Boom. And yeah. Now we move on to the 90 kilos. Slowly but surely. And boom. Sweater's off. Means I'm a bit warmer now. 90 kilos for 5. And I think I auto-regulate the depth here. We'll see. As it goes, slowly getting a position. This is the problem with utilizing a slight heel elevation that's external, so as opposed to shoes, because then you need to find your way to the elevation. Okay, 1 rep done. That was about the depth I want. With that allows me to keep my bracing, and I really focus on bracing. It's a rather hard skill, and I know you can still do it with a belt, but I find it significantly harder without it, and it's way more challenging for your connection with your body. You see here, this one was lower. I still think it hit 90 degrees, but I'm not 100% sure from this angle. And now the fifth one. So I do auto-regulate the depth when I want to complete a number of reps. And this is obviously very different from the way I approach my upper body work that was shown the last video, where the focus is more on the quality of the work being done and where I want to place the tension, rather than here where the focus is on a number. So there's a big contrast. This is more for strength. Okay, and now I moved on to doing a 12 rep set with 60 kilos. I'm working my way slowly to 20 reps here. So I've done 50 for 20 reps, and I've done 55 for 20 reps, and now I'm on 60 for 20 reps. I'm on 12 reps, and I'll slowly work my way up. 20 rep squats are just painful, but they're character building. And I just like to use them as a finisher for this lower body work on the squat. Then I move on to some mobility work that I'm not showing here, just because the video is already going to be about 10 minutes long, and with all the mobility stuff it would be probably towards 15 to 20. So I only show the active mobility part, which will be Jefferson curls. Apart from that, everything else is passive mobility that I do once a week just to keep my lower body healthy, moving how I wanted to move, make sure I'm not compensating anyway, so with the hip patterns and whatnot. And yeah, just slowly working towards my flexibility goals, because as I said, most of this stuff is just for the goals I have in terms of general athleticism. Yeah, sets done. It was pretty hard. And now we move on to my front levers. I do 3 sets here. This is the first one with 8 kilo assistance, and I think I'm gonna do a pull-up. Yeah, an attempt at a front lever pull-up. Then I do 2 raises. Here I'm really focusing on raising through my midline. So where my what's the term I'm looking for here? Where my center of gravity is, that's where I want to initiate the pull from. That's why it's so slow. So basically keeping tension throughout and doing the pull without relying on momentum that I could generate via swinging my head back because of the weight of the head and how the leverage works. Anyways, I moved on to Jefferson curls to finish it off. Snatch grip Jefferson curls to focus on the range, and that's that. Now we'll move on to the scattered thoughts section. Okay, so now for this week's dose of somewhat cohesive scattered thoughts. The masses tend to confuse kindness for naivety or idiocy, partially because the general population lacks the intelligence to accurately interpret the behavior they are witnessing, but the remaining fault lies in the hands of the weak who practice kindness. To be strong is to be kind, solely when done as a choice and not as a last resort. If kindness is the mechanism you utilize to mask your lack of backbone, you aren't strong, you are cowardly. Kindness is an act of strength when practiced by the strong, with integrity, character, and limits. Similarly, pacifism is a powerful weapon solely when wielded by the strong. If pacifism is but a mechanism you utilize to hide your inability to defend yourself, you are an imbecile who prefers to cover his defects rather than confront the issue at hand. Pacifism is a powerful weapon when wielded by those who know violence. The powerful essence of the philosophical choice emerges from experience, and without it, it's but another way to avoid confrontation.